Episode 25 of The Take is coming your way next. We have reached the quarter-century mark for episodes. It's been pretty crazy. We are, just almost at a half year? Next week, half a year. I mean, 6 months. 6 months that has flown by. We're talking the J.J. Watt signing. He is headed to Arizona. Although all the speculation was, is he going home to Green Bay? Is he going to Cleveland, Buffalo? What contender? He ends up going to Arizona, a team that I still think is a little further off from really contending Super Bowl chase-wise in that ring as a Super Bowl contender. Christian and I will be talking episode 8 of WandaVision. And what Dr. Seuss book will you not be seeing at Barnes & Noble anymore? That's coming up next. WandaVision, episode 8. Previously on WandaVision. WandaVision.
She just gets more depressed every episode.
WandaVision, yeah. And me,
So this was the big reveal episode.
yeah, stupid. Fuck this. I mean, the big reveal episode. All right, so this episode told us how she created the Hex and kind of Agatha's reason behind why she's here. Like,
we start off with the Salem witch trials.
So stupid.
Awful
I mean,
scene.
like,
Terrible scene.
why did we need to know that?
Yeah.
That scene where Agatha's like just draining the other witches' like powers and kills them, and she's like, I can't be good, and like she runs away, like so dumb.
Also, Salem witches were burned at the stake. They weren't zapped with blue lightning.
We zap it to death. No.
Very interesting take on the Salem witch trials. I also feel like that entire scene could have just been... She could have just mentioned the Salem witch trials. We didn't need to see a scene.
I think they did a good job with Agatha in the sense of similarly how she's portrayed in the comics. Like when she's going through the flashbacks, Agatha isn't like villainous really.
No.
She's like, come on, like Wanda, like you're doing great, like please just like tell like
It's like a therapy session.
it literally is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the just not anti-hero, it's like a bad way to, because she's not a hero in any sense, but like
I would definitely say antagonist.
Yes.
I wouldn't say villain.
Yeah.
Yet.
So, I mean, the entire thing. So, I think the reason for this is because Agatha thought that she was like the most powerful witch, and she saw that Wanda did this, and she's like, well, what the hell? Like, I can't even fucking do this. So the whole thing is like, let's go back in time and like walk me through what got you to this point. So that's kind of like what you see.
Yeah.
And it brings us back to her past and the whole reason of like the sitcoms. Like that's what her and Pietro and her parents watched like while they were living in Sokovia. And then you see a scene from what seemed as like the time period of Ultron Civil War when they're at the Avengers compound. And Vision like has that conversation with Wanda.
Yes. That was like a week or two after they got back.
After Ultron, yeah. And it was a nice scene, and a lot of people have been talking about it. It can't be all sorrow. Vision says it can't be all sorrow.
I thought people were getting upset about it.
Oh no, I think I thought people really liked it.
I was reading online that there was hubbub about the grief line.
Oh, I thought the hubbub was that people were like, "Shit, that's powerful."
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because what is it? What is?
I was reading on IGN that people were having issue with the line.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to fucking complain about something.
Yeah, it's been facts.
Like, that was the episode. We got the flashbacks. We see that she went to Sword, met with
Hayward.
Dinglefuck, yep, and
Dinglefuck.
talked to him, and actually went down and did like a little callback to Infinity War. She was like, I can't feel you. And when she's destroying Vision and the stone before Thanos comes back and does the whole snap and kills him himself, you fucking, if you watch, you'd fucking know. She said, like, I can't feel you. So she knew that all she wanted to do was to bury Vision. Hayward was like, well, I'm not allowing you to bury billions of dollars into the ground for your benefit. This is a weapon. It's a vibranium weapon. She goes down, realizes that there's nothing there anymore with Vision. Which was really sad, I think. I think that was like probably the most sad part of the episode.
Yeah, it was a good scene.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And so she leaves and she goes to Westview, and then she just has, like, obviously they had a plan. They had, like, that plot of land broke down and just went fucking
yeah.
What's fucking nuts, and I was wrong about, because it's not Vision's physical body. She literally brought him completely back out of her powers.
Yeah. Now it makes sense why he was, like, ripping apart instead of falling apart when he leaves the bubble.
Right.
Yeah.
This, like, once his hex is out, he's poof.
Yeah.
Like, he's done.
His pieces were, like, getting sucked back into the hex.
Right.
When it was out. Yeah. I thought it was an alright episode. Obviously, we do need the reveals. I think the conversation... I thought the episode was good. I thought it was a little lackluster.
Dude, there's a lot of people that episode, holy shit. And I'm like, it was good.
Yeah. My problem... I feel like every time I speak, it goes to the Marvel Universe as a whole.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen again.
Yeah, I just think that overall, like, obviously this is the first project we're seeing since Endgame.
Yeah.
And I feel like we had very high expectations for this series in the beginning.
Yeah. But, so I think it goes back to hype culture, where Marvel puts out a movie, and the entire fan base, the entire world goes and flocks to it. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is awesome. I'm so excited for the next one. As soon as you watch that movie, 90% of that audience, not 90, probably more like 70% of that audience is going and watching a video about the history of the comics and what that's going to mean. And that just brings this hype culture to this bubble, right? The director of this show came out 2 days ago and was saying people are going to be... people will find the finale a little lackluster based off of all of the fan theories that are going on.
Correct.
I think hype has a big problem... is a big reason
creates a big problem because it's... I was expecting this... didn't get it. It's all about expectation leading to disappointment, and it's just like,
absolutely,
it's a life lesson in general.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at Cyberpunk, different media, but Cyberpunk was supposed to come out in December. Most hyped game of like the past 10 years, dud. I don't know. If we're gonna talk about the actual episode,
yeah,
I thought it was okay.
We have one more left.
Yeah. I think the flashback stuff was pretty interesting. More of like this was basically like an episode of therapy, which we had said off camera before, which is cool. But I also feel like Marvel could have gone somewhere with that and like made a statement about mental health and therapy as a whole, which, especially in today's climate, I think a lot of people would have taken to. And I mean, it's fine that they didn't, but I think it could have been a more powerful episode, series, whatever, if you actually like touched upon
It's interesting that you put it like that.
Yeah.
Because I totally agree. I mean, I feel like they definitely could have. And again, not a problem that they didn't.
Yeah.
There was definitely opportunity to do it. I think that's what you're trying to get to.
I would say that they did, quote unquote, but it's super base level.
Yeah.
Like, they're not actually, like, going, like, deep into what that means and how this bubble is basically just a way for her to, like, cover up the PTSD that she has from her entire life and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, what are your thoughts about the White Vision? So, they obviously... So, they put together Vision's actual body. Mm. And now he's, like, this White Vision.
Yeah. I know there's some stuff in the comics about White Vision. I don't really know anything about it. We did see... you went on to the WandaVision page on Google and looked up the cast, and it was said, spoilers, even though I don't think it's an actual spoiler, that James Spader is voicing Ultron in the show. I think that would be interesting.
It's like, where would it go?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Especially at the last episode, too, you know what I mean?
I said it last week, though. I thought that was the speculation that, like, apparently, like, it makes sense that because Ultron was really supposed to be, like wasn't obviously Ultron supposed to be, like, the purpose was, like, for him to be Vision, like, or to be in, fuck, what am I trying to say?
I mean, Ultron was supposed to be, like, this universal entity,
kind
of like Vision,
right?
Nowhere near as powerful,
right? But I think the whole point that, like, Tony, like, made
for good,
right?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like if they awake him, sort of wakes him, and it's James Spader talking as Ultron in that body, like, I don't think that would really make a lot of sense. But it'd be like I don't know. It'd be
interesting, but pause. I don't think it would be interesting. I think it'd be like, oh wow, that's shock value, but
lasts 10 seconds.
Yeah, but what at the end of Ultron, they destroy every single robot. They talk about it in Civil War that
Vision uses the stone to just
obliterate the last robot.
But can't the actual being of Ultron latch on to, like, anything?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, did the being just die and Ultron is, like, floating around waiting to reappear? You know, like, I don't know.
Like, yes, but in the comics, 1000%. But and this is another problem.
Trying to match everything, it's impossible.
I'm gonna cut real quick. Not even match things. It's MCU changes things from the comics, and it works. Civil War is completely different, but it works. If you establish something, and then 5 years later, because your entire thing is just one long series, you reverse what you establish, which is what a retcon is called in comics. I don't think it works for television.
Okay.
Retconning. Like, if you can't tell me something, show me that this entire thing is dead. Right? There's a scene in Ultron where, like, Vision is like a blue, and then Ultron is like an orange, like some type of fucking, like, AI, UI, whatever the shit that Tony used to do with his hands.
Yeah.
And that the orange one, that as Ultron is destroyed. Like, so Ultron should not exist.
Right.
How are you supposed to explain this? Ultron being back. How is Sword supposed to? Did they just find an Ultron robot and?
Yeah, I don't know.
But if so, that's, to me at least, I think that's a horrible reveal.
Yeah.
There's no.
Because we're still waiting on that. That Luke Skywalker type of reveal.
Yeah. To be fair, had there not been all this hype about the X-Men and everything that they could have done with no more mutants, and making it more mutants, I think would have been so sick. I think without that hype, though, the Ultron reveal could have been, saying a Luke Skywalker reveal, that's way shooting expectations high. But I do think that could have been a pretty cool reveal. without all this expectation.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we have like 45 more minutes of the show.
Yeah.
So.
What can you do in 45 minutes?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, what do you expect? What do you expect out of the show on Friday?
I will assume White Vision is going to invade the bubble.
Correct. Right. And it's going to be White Vision versus Wanda. And Monica's going to be on Wanda's side.
I think Evan Peters will too.
Interesting. Okay.
Because at the end of that episode, the tag, he like walks in on Monica finding the basement.
Right, that wasn't even last week. That was 2 weeks ago. We haven't even seen where they are.
You're right.
Right, like we have like they weren't even in last week's episode. Yeah. So like I'm wondering what happens. Like I'm wondering if like Agatha saw like she like Wanda obviously revealed like how she did it. I wonder if Agatha's like, all right, dope, see ya. And now like Agatha dips, and now Wanda and Monica are left to face Sword now.
But then what's the point of Agatha? Like, what's the?
That's what I'm like. I don't know, but like, would Agatha fight against Wanda? Like, no, I don't think that's her purpose in all this.
I think I don't.
Agatha wouldn't be on like the White Vision side. Like, it wouldn't be like all right, like we'll get him.
No, like I feel like if anything, Agatha would be on her own side. I could definitely see Agatha fighting Wanda. At the end, she's like choking her children.
Just like they revealed last week when she had both of them.
Yeah, and then that's the first time she calls Wanda the Scarlet Witch.
Right, it's like, you are the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, I don't know. I think Photon Monica Rambeau is going to come out and she's going to have her powers mastered, and Vision's going to come in, and then Agatha will probably escape or something. And that will also help set up Doctor Strange. Yeah. I think it would be interesting if she escaped with the children, if she took the kids.
So like the end of this show doesn't even reveal if the kids are not real or not. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And then why it would be called Multiverse of Madness is because of Doctor Strange. They reveal that they're not real, and at the end of that movie, I think she would split reality.
I like that. Because I was saying because this is literally the prologue of Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah,
and we've said that, so it's kind of like. We can't expect the end of this 9-episode like mini series. Like all it is gonna give us something that to build on.
Yeah.
Like there's no like end like there's gonna be like no. I feel like there's gonna be no satisfaction at the end of this show because it's like it's not over.
Yeah.
You know, you might not even get an answer of anything.
Yeah. But that's been me. I think that's definitely for this show for sure, but that's also a thought that I've had about the entire Marvel Universe as a whole until Endgame. That was my biggest problem with Infinity War, whereas everybody dies at the end of Infinity War. I know they're not dead. There's one more movie.
Right, exactly. Right. Like they're coming back. Like we just have to find out how they do it. Like the movie is like, oh, how they do it.
Exactly. Civil War, Captain America leaves or whatever, like go out and hiding and shit, at the end.
Right, yeah, no, he breaks them all out. Yeah. All the people that were on his side, he breaks them out.
Yeah. Obviously there's more to that. But and that goes even more to it as a whole. If you're just creating things to sustain a piece of entertainment, what is the point? Everything has to end eventually. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do think... Loki, I think Doctor Strange is going to end up at the end. I think Doctor Strange...
He's going to show up in this series?
Yeah, I think he will be the Luke Skywalker reveal.
I think we repeat ourselves so much on this...
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How? He was just in the last movie! Yeah. How is that a reveal? That doesn't make sense. But I could totally see it. Oh my god.
This entire show... And to extrapolate it, this entire universe, and to extrapolate it even more, Disney's entire universe is just talking in circles at this point. Where it's cool, and what I'm watching is cool, and it's millions of dollars and these explosions and this magic is very cool or whatever.
We're living in a simulation.
No, but that ass. At this point, we're just watching.
These universes are living in a simulation, just going recycle.
Yeah.
Recycle.
Yeah. Bro, even more to the simulation, in 2016, when Civil War came out, Batman vs. Superman was supposed to drop on the exact same date.
Yo.
And it moved. This year...
Because they knew they were going to fucking win.
This year, Falcon and Winter Soldier releases this month on Disney+. And on HBO Max is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Justice League, yeah.
Which is like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier is like 6 hours long. It's a simulation. It's the same shit, but it's different.
Same shit, but different. Marvel Cinematic Universe. This has been The Take. Slow week of sports. We'll give you our feedback of WandaVision next week as, a series as a whole. We'll see how it wraps up. And then the following week after that, they give you like a how it was made.
Yeah.
Type of thing. I don't give a fucking shit about that. 2 weeks, though, Falcon Winter Soldier.
All right. Check it out, I'll be honest.
We'll see. Of course I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to give you my fucking thoughts. I don't give a shit. Falcon Winter Soldier, that will be dropping in 3 weeks. So maybe we'll dig in on that. We'll talk that. And, yeah.
Stay safe in them streets.
Stay safe. Forgot to say, it's March 2nd already. 3rd. March 3rd. Crazy. First week of March. Episode 25. Have a great